Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Hitman Freelancer and the Hardcore Revisited Challenge. Last time out, we failed. We went to Hantu, ran through a frisk zone that I didn't realise was there, and then 47 got wiped out whilst he was climbing a flight of stairs slower than Silvio Caruso's mum on a stair lift. But we're back, and we are facing a showdown to begin the day, and I'm going to go ahead and say that it is on possibly the best map for a hardcore showdown. We're going to Haven. Melee weapon kill, poison target sedative, poison target dart gun. Let's have a look. Melee kill epic. That all works. What's our target doing? They're a sweet tooth foodie. Now, if we were to poison our target with some rat poison, and then we were to shoot them with a seeker whilst they were chucking up, would that work? Would that do anything for us? There's a question. Because, I mean, it would be nice to just shoot them with a sedative gun and then take them out, but that could be unsubtle. So we'll have to think about that, but we'll bring along both our dart guns. We'll bring along our epic melee weapon. We don't have an assassin's pistol still, so if we can pick one of those up, that would be grand. We'll bring a subby for security. We'll bring our lockpick. Haven's not a map that uses a lot of lockpick, but it does use some. And I feel like we are equipped to go. And there is a non-zero chance that we could get Silent Assassin. So let's head out. Right, stop reclining, 47. It's time to go. We have got the key to our hut. That's nice. Yeah, I would have bought a fibre wire instead of the dagger, if not for the poison target sedative thing. Because we're still only one, or I think we're only one away from kill targets with fibre wire challenge. But now we need to get ourselves into a civilian outfit probably, just so we can start roaming the map with a bit of freedom. That's a lookout. They're coming our way, maybe. Well, they're just about the place and we don't like that. So I think a chef's outfit would be a good starting point. Is that another lookout? Let's just go under here then. There's another target. Hat, no hair, glasses, possibly earrings. We'll mark them up as dodgy. Now we could get a guard outfit very easily on Haven, as you well know, by heading over to the villa. But this is hardcore, so we're better off with a civilian outfit in general. We know where we can get one of those. And it would also allow us to poison stuff if we found some rat poison. So yeah, step one. Ice machine, hide behind the door. Bonk. I'd already forgotten that disguises can be ruined as well, but luckily we just bonked the lad, so we are now allowed to just roam the map. I mean, there's still people out there who recognise us, because this is a fairly well enforced outfit, all told. But I think we're going to be alright. Let's jump over that.
Hey, bud.
That was a target that we could have turned off, but there were too many enforcers around, so let's just go about our business. Maybe pop in and see supplier friend.
Hey there.
Ah, you've got the regular seeker. We'll take that. Now, do we take the crowbar? That leaves us with 11,000, but not enough to get the saber. Maybe we'll come back later and buy the saber once we're done.
You know where I am.
Next stop, I think, wants to be turning off the cameras. Oops. That would have been perfect shooter gun, but thankfully it's not on. Come on, man. I mean, that's not the first time I've failed that shot multiple times, but still, it didn't look as though we should have failed that shot multiple times there. Now we'll lure out guard friend. I have had him discovered before, so what we're going to do once we've knocked him out is drag him back this way a bit. Just to eliminate, or reduce that possibility somewhat. Bonk. Right, you come with us. Maybe we'll borrow his disguise for a moment, just to pop in and get the camera set up. But we'll also just chuck him over here somewhere. I mean, maybe it's worth just keeping his disguise, because although we'll be spotted by our targets, we are going to be okay with most other people, except for lookouts. Security tapes are there. No one's finding anything on any security tapes now, my friend. Yeah, we'll go back to Chef for now. There's probably a better outfit for just roaming around and about. In fact, there are better outfits, aren't there? Yeah, let's go back to guard outfit. Doesn't look as though there's many targets around the villa, which ought to mean there shouldn't be many lookouts around the villa. I like it now. One would hope. A few enforcers, though. Have we got time to make it around here? Yes. We will pop down here and wait for our friend to come out of this building. Sorry, pal. Didn't mean to stop you like that. You carry on.
Behave.
Yep, carry on. JK. Now. There's the key card. Okay, there are people in the area. Oh shit, there's one coming right now. Have we got time to change into a disguise before he gets here? Yes. Good. So we may as well check out our friend if he's roaming about. Is he going up higher? Excuse me, assassin. I need to... Oh no, he's gone. Okay,
Good
so...
today, sir.
Let's think. Let's take out that assassin. Get back gun. And then, all being well, we can dump this guy back in the cupboard where we just came from. It's a good thing we didn't take Silent Assassin. I mean, we could have bonked that guy rather than slit straight, but either way, it wasn't a consideration because Silent Assassin hasn't been taken. And now this tech crew outfit will allow us to roam most of the map. And it's a civilian outfit. And it doesn't have many enforcers outside of this area. And our target appears to have just left the manor completely, so that's good. So let's go peer at some targets. I think that guy is hat, no hair. So let's have a look at him.
Weird.
No earring on that side though. Doesn't appear to have earrings, so he's probably got a tattoo somewhere. We'll take him off the list. Alright, there's two people having a chat. What are we looking for anyway? Secret meeting. It's not you because you've got grey hair. It's not you because you've got no hat. There is a risk of running into lookouts just because of the changes in elevation, making the minimap a little less helpful than it otherwise could be. But we'll have to worry about that when we go. So you've also got an assassin. There's someone over there. What are we looking for? Sweet Tooth Foodie. The foodies often hang around in these huts. But is she black-haired? I think this woman's black-haired. She's got earrings for sure. Have you got hair? Maybe she hasn't. Maybe she's a no-hair. Maybe we need to keep an eye on her. Can't really afford to spray poison darts around willy-nilly because there's too many targets around for that. Keep an eye on her for a bit, see if she does anything obvious like a sneeze. She turns around now, she's going to be like, huh, now I've got 2 men following me wherever I go. I'm sure there's nothing wrong with this. So it's gone to the shark hut. Isn't that our hut? But I guess we're not allowed in it now because we are not 47 at this point. Is she going to eat something? No, she's drinking. She's not the one. So we've ruled out 4 people that are hanging around the huts. We've still got 1 near the cocktail bar, and we've got 3 over in the gym area.
Hello there.
He's on his way to a meeting. Sorry, sir. You carry on. What type of meeting is he going to? I'm pretty sure we've ruled him out, so we'll ignore that for now. That's a lookout, so we'll go this way. May as well try and rule out some more targets in this resort area in the middle. Lulu, shift your bump. Cat standing in front of mini-maps is not what you need when you're on a hardcore map. Dealing with them when a lookout's walking towards you, also not what you need. Should we go follow our suspects around for a bit? See if we can't rule them out. What you got planned, lady? She's sitting down. Is that so she can do something tell-like? Yeah, she's having a smoker. Which means she's off the list. Okay, so that leaves 3. One thing we'll have to look out for, which would be a hilarious way to fail, would be if we accidentally use the sedative dart on someone who's in the ocean, and then they drown before we can melee kill them.
How are you, sir?
That would be most unfortunate. No, you there. Hat. I think those tattoos are just baked into your model in general. You've got little earrings on the go there. I don't think you've got hair. You're definitely a suspect. And you're not, because you've got no hat. So we're running out of targets. Has everyone got an assassin? It does look like everyone has an assassin. So let's follow our man for a bit. See what goes on. Is he waiting for a meeting to occur? Not the most subtle of spots with that lifeguard staring down his ear hole. No, he's not waiting. He's on the move again.
Hey, how are you?
And that's his assassin. So yeah, we might need to seek both of them. Just to separate them. Do we take a shot? We've picked up the other seeker, right? We have multiple seekers about the place. Wait for him to stop moving, perhaps, though. And do we want to seek him over here? Because he might go to the ocean to chuck up. He's a foodie. Yeah, he's the one. Good. So let's seeker his assassin as well. And they should go to different places to do their chuck-ups. Is he going to just go out into the sea? I worry that he is. And therefore... I mean, we could poison sedative him now before he gets out there, but no, we're too late. Yeah, we've got people spying on us. This could be awkward. Do we just wait for him to finish vomiting? Or do we take him out here and then run away before those people look for help? And do we wait for old Waterski to bugger off again? Nothing suspicious about this scene at all. Yeah, you finish your smoke, you stamp it out even though you're ankle deep in water. And now you disappear. Good. Oh, try not to run over our man. Excellent. Body found. They've got very good vision to see that body, although they didn't see the attack. So it's selective vision, to be sure. I think we'll take 3 out of 4 there. If we'd been a bit quicker with the sedative, or if we'd been more patient and waited for him to go to a different spot, then maybe we could have got a perfect run. But we didn't need to. We got the job done. And now, although we also don't need to, we're going to pop back to supply a friend and buy a saber. And we got back our assassin gun, which is good news all round. Oh. Assassin's been alerted. Well, it's a bit late for him to do anything. Is that going to trigger a mass evacuation? I guess it's possible. But given as we're right by an exit, we don't need to worry too much about that. Might pop into the loo though. Get a quick thumbnail selfie. Oh no, I can't because it's a showdown. Yeah, I'll come back for one later. And for now, I guess we'll just make our escape. Level 1 complete again. I feel like we're running out of common items to get, so this should just be more cash. Oh no, we got sniper rifle. Okay. Oh yeah, it's rare items we get now, because it's hardcore, isn't it? So we get better rewards. Lovely. We'll get a Prox Micro Taser. Nothing ever goes wrong with those. And now where to for the second set of maps. One good thing about hardcore is that you don't find yourself looking at the maps going, ooh, that one would be alright, but what if this place is alerted? That makes it hard. Because you know that everything's going to be alerted, so it simplifies your decision making. Just a little bit. Columbia's always a pain on hardcore. Colorado's always a pain. End of sentence. Yeah, I think Big Pharma again might be the best bet. Miami, Columbia, even though I've just said it's a pain. Sapienza and Wick Creek. I feel like I've not done Wick Creek in quite a while. Do we save it for a showdown? Lots of civilian disguise. This sort of let you get around and about. Might not be a bad bet, you know. Let's go to Santa Fortuna first, then. No bodies found, lol. Don't blow your disguise, probably, lol. Poison guard. Yeah, that's doable. Although, actually, yeah, let's look at the challenges before we confirm that. So we've got shotgun kill epic and submachine gun kill epic. This is nice. Those are kind challenges regardless of where we go. So yeah, Santa Fortuna should be fine, and we'll take submachine gun kill epic because we can slip that into our pocket and it's silenced. Got to make sure to bring the DAC X2 covert special rather than the DTI. I've made that mistake multiple times in the past, where I bring the rare gun to the epic challenge. We'll bring lockpick and seeker. Do we need much else? No bodies found. I'd like to go for no bodies found, so that would suggest that we don't bring explosives or whatnot. We don't need to bring a full inventory of stuff every time. And with the limited freelance tools we've got, it's going to be tricky to fill out our inventory with stuff that we might actually use. Is there anywhere where a disposable scrambler would come in handy? There's a couple of spots. Yeah, and we never bring the disposable scrambler, so let's bring that along and let's hit Columbia and see what happens. Right, what happens is we're in the bar. And the guru is nearby, so we've got a target who's very close to us. We've got one in the basement of the mansion, and then we've got one up there, John Doe, near the Shaman hut. This makes me think Embrace of the Serpent. So, let's have a look.
Lady, I'm trying to make a phone call here. Buzz off, will you?
So target 1 is right out in the open. No bodies found is already in big trouble. I really do with getting an emetic, remote emetic device for the fart grenade trick. Now let's see. Could push you into the sea, but that doesn't help us get your outfit, does it? Should we go and visit Supplier Friend before we do anything too rash and reckless? Because if we're going to get no bodies found, then we're going to need to emesic that dude who's stood out in the crowd. And if we could get a remote domestic device, that would make life easier in that regard. Flash grenade, that won't help. But we'll take it. So yeah, shooting him with a dart gun is the only way we're going to get him to move. Is there any way we can do it without getting spotted though? I mean, potentially we could turn off that generator and that might draw him around here. But then there's people all over the shop, so how does that help us? And if we have to take anyone out, then nobody's found also goes down the toilet.
Yeah, we might have a possible situation. Stay tuned.
Yeah, we've got a possible situation, but if we corner choke this guy and then drag him into this cupboard, then at the very least we can get an outfit that allows us to walk around with a gun out. Does that help us? I mean, it also eliminates at least one person who would be watching this generator. But then what about you? You also might be watching that generator.
Hola, G.I. Jane. Just a second.
Yep, come on, friend. In the cupboard. Didn't exactly work out as planned, but that's another potential witness out of the way. Is that fisherman a potential witness? Depends where he might go to Vom if we poison him. Who's watching us over here? Maybe that guy up top? No, he's looking out over there. It's tricky because the more people we take out, the more chance there is of bodies getting found.
Dios omnipotente eterno, hear my pleas and cast your healing sight to my poor husband, so that he may
Right, so on this version of the map,
protect us from those who want to harm us.
the submarine guy is inside already. Very well. What are you doing? Oh, close combat heard. Curses. But hey, that's another potential witness out of the way. Yeah, people are going to search over there, but that's fine. And that's that one down. So if he comes over this way to Vom or anything, we might be alright. But then he's probably not going to, is he? So she's called a guard from all the way over there. So there's not many guards around, perhaps. Right, so she's the one who investigates that distraction. But you're also a potential witness. Heck with it. We might just have to poison dart this lad and see what happens. Trouble is, if we get spotted, then we're probably in a gunfight that we don't want to be in. Yeah, blown our disguise. So, where do we leave our other disguise? Right, so that guy is just going off to Vom somewhere. Off to the bar by the look of it. So we kind of got away with that. He didn't panic. Oh, I should have submachine gunned him. Just to be sure. Okay, so that's a target down. Now, we've got one in the basement of the mansion. So what outfits will let us get in there? Mansion guard, for sure.
You have to get me the hell out.
Mansion staff, I guess. But to get mansion staff, we'd need to be in the mansion. So basically, we're going to go for this outfit over in the corner here. Now, poison guard. Our man is probably a guard. We won't worry too much about poison guard until the end, because we can always get it on the way out. But it's possible that our guy in the basement is a guard and therefore can be quite comfortably poisoned as part of the job. No reason for that. Well, slight reason for that, in that we got a bit more ammo for our epic subby. But we probably weren't going to use it all anyway, so effectively, no reason for that. Now we go around this side to avoid the enforcer. And let's have a peek on the map. So yeah, he is in the cartel hangout, so he could be a staff member. Potentially. We could potentially shoot up the whole place down there, but that gives us a good chance of no bodies getting blown. It might be the barkeep, because we've dealt with him before. Now, do we turn off the cameras whilst we're down here? Because it's not terribly hard to do so. We just need to pick our timings for when we take down the various peeps in this room. Because, again, we don't want to blow no bodies found if we can avoid it.
They never would have made
Right,
it in
so
the
they're both
without
over
my
there.
help. You know how difficult it is to fake it?
So we'll get back in our cupboard for a moment. He'll come around. Down he goes. Now, as for this guy, straightforward. Might not be 1,000,000% necessary to take down the cameras, but it can never hurt to do so, and it was only a slight detour. Is there anything else in this room that benefits us? There's no explosive hidden in a safe or anything on this version of the map, so not really. So that guy's going past. We've got a guy sat down there, but we've also got our target, and he would come in here, I think, if we overflow the sink. Oh no, we caught someone else. He won't see us in the mirror because he's crouched down. Now he can get in our cupboard. Now, if our second man is the barkeep, that would be just perfect. Yes, it's Target with his transparent head. So we'll probably crowbar him first, then we'll submachine gun it.
Bollocks.
Did you just say bollocks? Doesn't sound like a very South American thing to say, but I'm not an expert. Now, where's our proper gun? Because we have picked up a regular submachine gun, but yeah, we definitely want the epic one. Target down. Disguise ruined. I could have taken his pants off first, but I think this outfit that we're in should allow us to get to John Doe, who is presumably still hanging around near the plane crash area and whatnot. Yeah, we're not trespassing. There are enforcers. Are there enforcers at the exit, though? And if so, how do we get past them? Yeah, they've heard us. kind of, but we were walking slowly, so they didn't feel the need to investigate. And then we're allowed up here. We've got those two guards. I mean, we've got enough guards everywhere up here, because if it is Embrace of the Serpent... Yeah, we've got one down there. He's our man. Can we poison him from here? Where would he go if we did? And is anyone else watching us? Those two guys are coming back, so let's be careful for a minute. Top stealth. Right, so he's going back that way. Do we drop down to his level? That would probably help. And we're down. So, our target is going to roam back and forth and around and about. They will come back this way at some point, I think. Or we'll be best off going to them. Because if we seek them over here, they're going to go to the Shaman Hut, right? God, look at all those enforcers, though. Let's take out this guy. Because he's just going to be in the way if we're not careful. And there's our man again. Is he the only one around here? It looks like he might be. Oh no, because here comes the elusive target. Well, he's not an elusive target, he's just a target on Embrace of the Serpent. So is he coming over to discuss the shrine? He's checking a hole. He might come over to the shrine, so maybe we want to move this body a bit further in. A bit further out of his way. Because I don't think he ever comes down this path. Right, it's a snake trap there, so he's going to kind of come this way. Not 100% on his route, because every time I've done him, I've killed him very quickly. Yeah, he is coming over to the shrine. Which means it would make sense for him to then come this way, because there's another snake hole there. But we can't drag this body much further without running into complications. Oh, he's been found. Okay. Right, so now that body's found is no longer a concern. Let's just throw a machete at his head, I guess. Seems appropriate. And we completed 2 of our challenges, if we can escape. And it looks like we will. Bit rough getting no bodies found and don't blow your disguise. Because it's kind of basically saying, yeah, you've effectively got a silent assassin in this map if you want a perfect run. But we don't need a perfect run. We did what we needed to do, and we're off. Now, we've got time for one more today, I think. Collateral Explosion. That certainly seems like the best of those 3. Unless we do Wick Creek and go for time trial. But no. I think Collateral Explosion. Miami or Sapienza. They're both solid targets for it. Poison target emetic, poison guard syringe, poison target. Nice. Don't blow your disguise, no bodies found, take no damage. So no bodies found, again, is not friendly with Collateral Explosion. So because of that, we'll go to Sapienza. And hopefully we'll get a version of the map with explosives, although we can bring our own explosives. Flash phone, you say? That's rare. So poison guard syringe. We haven't got a lot of explosives in the old crate, but we can make one upstairs. And we could make an extra syringe upstairs as well, if we get lucky and find a mushroom. So let's do those 2 things before we worry too much about what other tools we might be bringing along. Okay, we found a mushroom. we've made a lethal syringe. We found our explosive stuff and made that. So that's all in the suitcase. We've got our wrench, we've got our seeker, we've got our pistol. It feels like we're low on equipment because we're still only at 10 or 15. But again, I don't think there's anything else we need to bring. Maybe, just for the funsies, we'll bring a tripwire mine. I've had comments asking for tripwires to be used, so maybe we'll give it a try. Okay, so this hasn't turned up at his office, they say. So it's landslide again. We got someone in the ice cream shop. And then we've got an individual roaming the streets, perhaps. And then one down on the pier. So, civilian outfit on landslide. Did we get past that guy without getting spotted? We did, somehow. I have Rocco's pants in here. They're not. This is a shame. Rat poison, though. We can at least get an outfit because there is a man stood up there on that balcony. So he might hear that? No, he hasn't heard that. He's heard that though. He might not come in close enough for us to choke him.
How about you show yourself?
He's not even got an outfit, he's just a guy. Yeah, he's just an individual, I think. Oh well. And then that guy down there then would also just be an individual. Okay, so coming up here, no help. I mean, it shouldn't be too hard to get a food vendor outfit. But maybe we'll just do the normal. And we'll climb up into the clock tower and turn off the cameras. That's generally a wise move. So we'll head around to the back of the clock tower and climb up around there, perhaps. We've got this security man, we've got that camera. Nobody up there is watching us. That security guy does move, but he's not currently moving.
Command, if there's a man causing panic out there, he's bothering everyone.
You can have a look at that then, my friend. Are you going to go and have a look, or are you just going to stand there?
Huh?
Oh, he's coming for me.
Hey!
But he doesn't know where I am.
What the hell?
Top stealth. Yeah, you piss off. You gonna continue to piss off?
Alright, I'm calling it off. You're killing me anyway.
Right, so he's just gonna go back around and wait by the back of the van again.
I am great. I am strong. I am so sexy.
He's so sexy.
Don't let anyone tell you different.
He is the man. We should bear this in mind. Now, in we go. Across and out, as we've done in the past. We're not going to wait around to get spotted by people, we're just going to climb straight up. And then that guy's not going to see us because he's a bit of an idiot. Outfit get. So one of our targets was in the ice cream place. Are they going to stay in there? Or are they going to go out for smokers and things like that? We'll have to see. I feel like they are the one who goes out for a smoke. But I could be wrong. At some point, people are going to find the lawyer. And they're going to bring him in through these stairs. So we don't really want to be hanging around in this stairwell, I don't think, because it could get unpredictable. There he is. Now. How do we collateral explosion him? I guess we lure in that guard who was annoying us earlier. Can we choke him? Not quite. But we can bonk him and bring him in. Now, do we potentially take his outfit? Just in case we need it later. And then we'll do the same with kitchen assistant here. So we've got some spare outfits should we need them. Wait a minute, was this guy our target? Okay, I bonked the wrong guy by the look of it. This guy is not actually our target. Good thing I noticed that before I threw the explosives. I was just like, oh, one of the other targets has gone into the ice cream shop now. That's convenient. Alright, so he knows that we're not an ice cream guy. Very well. But does he know what to do when a makeshift explosive is thrown at his head? Okay, you can't throw the makeshift explosive to knock people out. That's a fact that we've just learned. So we could, if we hadn't cupboarded those two guys, that would have helped, but we could still bring our man down here and then crowbar him or wrench him. Poison target emetic is a thing though, so do we do that on him?
Hello?
Some of the others might be in public spaces.
Hey, wait. Eat a book.
So yeah, we do that on him. Not subtle, but it got the job done. And now let's have a look. We lure in that other person that was walking around out here. Where have they gone? Because there was another person who walked up and down these steps, I think. Or do we just lure in... Yeah, we lure in this bodyguard. Although he's playing deaf right now. There we go. Yeah, you come on in, pal. It's another unconscious witness, but that's just fine. We could potentially hide both of these bodies, you know, before anyone realises that there's been an explosion. Depends how many doors are between us and any witnesses. But if we pop them there, we'll whip out our makeshift, drop it on them, and then we'll scuttle over here. Okay, someone might be searching, but I'm still going to go for it. Can't hurt to be tidy, can it? There we go. Now there's no crimes happening down here. So we can go and look for targets 2 and 3. One of whom is still partway down the hill, and the other is no longer at the pier. They're roaming around in the shops and whatnot. Subtlety is an option at this point. It's not required, which is always good news. Yeah, it's target 2 somewhere behind the stage area. Oh no, they're both up there now. Okay. Right, so if they both go up there, then we ought to be able to get to them no trouble from our safe room. Although there is that other guy who might witness us out on the balcony. But maybe that's fine. Oh, apparently we're locked out. We've got the key to our room, but we don't have the key to down here. Luckily no one's watching. And because we took out that upstairs lad earlier, this one should be no trouble. We're not trespassing out here as a kitchen assistant, which is interesting. So that whole area is tech crew and whatnot, isn't it? So if we come down this pipe, we are going to be trespassing, I feel. Yep,
Restricted area.
you found us, friend.
You're trespassing. Please turn around.
Will do. Where would you like us to go?
Final warning. Let's not have any trouble.
Okay.
Oh, I get it. You like wearing cuffs. Like to play it rough. Yeah, you're going down.
Okay, this is odd. For some reason, he didn't escort me out of the area. So instead, he threatened to shoot us, and now we are in combat. That's not what I wanted at all. So now, how can we safely get back to one of our spare outfits? Because we did leave a security guard outfit over in the tower. Is anyone going to come running up here? Have we got time to get out and get across to the tower before that security guard figures out a way to reach us? The answer is no. We are in the shit. Jesus. That's the first time in a while I've actually completed one of those quick time events successfully. Ah. Frick's sake. Now, are they going to come up the stairs?
What's up? Some hostiles knocking people out. Any clues about our guy?
Right, they found someone.
Copy that.
Are you going to come further in?
Son of a bitch! Oh no!
He's right there.
Right, can we pin ourselves against the wall again?
Okay,
Right.
we gotta smoke him out and finish the job.
Can we get that outfit on? Okay, good. Right. Okay, progress has been made. We're safe again for now. Let's just drop down here. We had to shoot that guy, so we've ruined his outfit, but that's fine. Nobody in here knows what's up, and we are allowed in here. And I think we've somehow got away with that. Got the old heart racing though. I think all is well. I mean, you're kind of in the way there, my man. Can I just push through you? I can. Oh, but then that door
I'm ready.
is locked. So how do I get out of that door without getting immediately shot? This is awkward. Can I just get past you again? Good. Okay. I wasn't expecting that door to be locked from this side. Because it is, let's think of a plan. I mean, the plan is to just knock out these three dudes, probably.
You heard that? Go see what it was. I don't like surprises.
Roger that.
I was thinking about it. That
You
guy
gotta be kidding.
who turns his back on us and stands in the doorway, he is just asking for a syringe. And assuming now that we take out our last two targets and get out alive, this will be a perfect run. So because of that, we could rely on the old boring but safe strategy of pistol sniping from a safe distance. But let's go and have a look, shall we? We should be allowed in this outfit to just roam around up there, although... Have they taken away a door? Oh no, it's this door. I was going to say, have they rearranged the geography without my knowledge? Right, you almost caused me a lot of trouble. You should be grateful that I'm not going to kill you. Although, maybe I will, just because I can. Yeah, no one's going to spot us doing this. And it potentially allows us a second outfit should we need it for the escape. Who's that coming down the stairs? Yeah, they're carrying on down. It's all good. So this woman, potentially, we just climb up our balcony and pistol snipe her. But let's keep going. Are we back in public areas now? We might be. Sanguine shop. The door's open. There's a guy in a suit. Who are you? And are you going to be the one who notices if we overflow the sink? Or is it going to be... It's going to be her, isn't it? Or it's going to be no one. But we are trespassing in the shop. Okay. What about an accident? Does our man walk underneath that chandelier? He's coming back in this general direction. No. Okay. He's on the move. Because he heard bullets. But that's maybe fine, because then we could just be unsubtle about things. Although, now you are coming down these stairs, very well. And you're coming up the stairs, maybe? Okay, these stairs are not the place to be. For a bit of sneaky stealth. How else might we get things done? Well, we're allowed up here. We are not technically allowed in this shop. But we can open the door and then run away again, because people are suspicious, but that shouldn't corrupt our outfit. That shouldn't leave us orange to those people, I don't think. It's just a suspicious activity, like poisoning a drink. We can go back in a minute when the heat's died down, and all should be well. Well, the fact that we did have to lockpick it does make me worry that we would be trespassing in that shop anyway. How else does one get into those shops? It's from ground level, isn't it? Yeah, it's from this door here? No. This door here. Yeah, Abiati's on stage. Lots of people are walking away from the stage because they don't want to hear his bullcrap. And there we go, that's a slightly more stealthy bit of lockpicking. So that allows us up here. We're still trespassing. So it hasn't allowed us in the way I thought it would. There's another door, isn't there? Let's see. Yeah, where the safe is. But I guess you get to that from the pastry shop that we were lockpicking the door to. So, what if we lure some people down some flights of stairs? Just to get them out of the picture. Okay, can't quite corner choke her, but she'll turn around. Then we can give her a lead pipe. We'll tuck her out of sight. That would allow us to do the same again. Let's see. So although we're trespassing, that shop guy doesn't know that we're dodgy. But then that one does. You can't vault that counter. What if we lure in this guard? Is his outfit going to be less trespassy? I know that's not a word. Deal with it.
Is anyone here? Hello? Anyone?
Do we lure him further down though before we throw a crowbar at his head? Does it matter? No, I think we got away with that. Who's spotted us? What? People seeing us through walls now.
You can't be here.
Alright, I'm leaving.
What's wrong with this guy? Someone help me, please.
Right, that's all gone tits. And now this outfit's blown. And there's a swarm of dudes coming for us. Can we take out this kitchen guy without anyone noticing? Yes, we can. Let's pop in a box and become kitchen guy. Cool. So this outfit's compromised though. Was this outfit already compromised? Is this the one that we had earlier that got mega compromised? I guess it is. But at least we're not trespassing here and now in this spot. So which outfits haven't we compromised to heck? The security guard? And now our mansion guard who's unconscious is probably going to get revived and go and put some more pants on. So we've got a fire extinguisher here. So at the very least we can blow open the safe. That'll set everyone off again. But that's fine because we are up here. Alright, no one looks that set off actually. Bloody landslide. Ah, that's mansion guard, isn't it? Yeah. So he's up and about on his feet again. Can we lure him with a bit of the old eyesight? No, he doesn't look this way for long enough, it seems. Okay. So what we'll do instead is we'll lure her in. And then she'll take a dive. People heard that, but we are now up here with this bod, so that's fine. We're still allowed to be around here. This time we'll just crunch that guy because he's more trouble than he's worth. And then this bod can go in a crate because she's just unconscious. We've got no reason to murk her. She caused us some hassle, but still. Now we're running out of people in the sanguine shop, but that's fine because one of them is a shop guy. So if we can lure him over, then we can get his outfit. Like our kitchen assistants, we're allowed to just roam around behind the counter of the sanguine fashion store.
Not right now, please.
Heck with it. Doesn't matter if he sees us. Does matter if he sees us though. Right, okay, we're trespassing as the shop assistant.
Jesus. Oh crap. What the?
Weird.
It would be nice.
Okay, so that's our man down.
Hello?
And out. You, I'm sorry, you've got to be crunched because you know too much. So, sanguine shop assistant trespassing in the sanguine shop. Kitchen assistant not doing that. And sanguine shop assistant also trespassing in this shop, but that makes sense. So where was that other woman? She does come over here, doesn't she? Right, so her body's been found. That makes sense. So it's going to get spicy down below at some point soon, but it's going to get spicy up here as well. Because of her. is there anywhere where we can... No.
Help! Okay, thank God, there you are.
Yeah, this has all gone a bit awkward.
Storage room is clear. Moving on. Over.
You know. Now, how compromised was this bodyguard outfit? Oh, I've ruined it. Whoops. So mansion security is heavily compromised. Although, is it heavily compromised up here? Doesn't look like it. It's trespassing, but it's not heavily compromised. So kitchen assistant, where do we leave that? There's outfits all over the place at this point. There we go, there's kitchen assistant. That way we can walk out here, although someone who comes in seems to know us. And we were found trespassing. Are they going to come over and have words with us about that? No, they're going to have a drink. What happens if we throw a baseball? Is it going to hit her through the window? I doubt it. Oh, it did. Good. Cool. So that is target number 3 down. And it might have been another collateral kill explosion, so we might have got our prestige done again. Why are you still alive? Oh, because you were a civilian. It would cost us 50 mercies. Oh well. I guess we need to go about our business then. Our business of fleeing. We are... Oh, yeah, this outfit is too compromised for my tastes. Was that a bodyguard, though, who was coming up to deal with the corpses we've left behind? No. What about mansion security? How compromised is that on the ground floor? Probably pretty compromised. Which outfits have we got lying around that aren't compromised to the extreme? Housekeeper? Oh, that's why. It's not Sanguine Store, it's Housekeeper. I thought it was Store Clerk or something like that. But that would explain why it's trespassing in the Sanguine Store. But one thing it's not is compromised, and therefore we can hopefully make our way out of the level. Yeah, everyone stop searching. Nothing is compromised. There's no enforcers. Is there an exit over there? Doesn't look like it. But we know where the speedboat key is. If we can remember where the speedboat key is, it's around here somewhere. There it is. Marco can once again generously donate his boat to enable our escape. See you later, landslide. Good grief, that was an absolute kerfuffle, that was. Remote taser. I think we'll take the Karma. We like the Karma. And hopefully, next time things will be calmer too. Because things got a bit chaotic there. Just a little bit chaotic. Next time though, smoothness, serenity, zen. All will be well. And I will join you then, hopefully. Until then, thank you for watching, friends.